Well, look, I wanted to finish, guys, by touching on the English game, because I know we're obviously three experts when it comes to the Scottish game, but things are bubbling up nicely in the EP.
I'm not sure if yours would agree.
I was going to say, things are bubbling up nicely in the English Premier League. I was watching the Man City-Liverpool game yesterday. Pep kind of morphed into Jose Mourinho for a bit with these 6 fingers.
Brilliant, wasn't it?
It was
absolutely brilliant.
But obviously, this is kind of relevant to Scottish sides, with Celtic playing Aston Villa in January, and Aston Villa are on a pretty rocky form at the minute, and Rangers playing Man United and Tottenham as well.
Yeah, and there's how's your luck, Philip? Come on, you know, he'd been hanging in there along with Eric Ten Hag all this time, and you know, you just knew that Man United would pull the trigger and bring in an upgrade manager ahead of facing Rangers at Old Trafford. And that's exactly what's happened. You can see already there's a lift in energy levels, a lift in excitement levels, a lift in everything under Amarin at Man United. Just Rangers lot. Had Ten Hag managed to hang on in there for a bit, Clement might have been the man to kill him. But and now it looks as if it'll be a different Man United that Rangers are going to face. You know, Spurs, Big Ange is having to field some interesting questions.
A weird team, Spurs, really weird team.
Yeah, they're a really good team. Listen, don't let he's just got his way of playing, and we all know about it. Everybody up here knows more about Ange than the people down there, even though he's been there for a while now. And if there's a drop off in quality of the individuals within the team, then the team won't function as well. It's as simple as that. He has had some injuries, but look at what they did to Man City.
Yeah.
And the thought of Ange Postecoglou's version of Spurs coming up to Ibrox a couple of days before Rangers play Celtic, it's like getting haunted by the ghost of Celtic past, isn't it? And these Rangers fans were fairly terrified of what a Postecoglou's Celtic side could do to them. Well, imagine what a Postecoglou side that's worth 10, 20, 30 times more than that Celtic side. Imagine what that might do.
But see, just on Spurs, kid, like the last 5 games, lost 3-2 to Galatasaray, lost 2-1 at home to Ipswich, hammered Man City 4-0 away from home, drew 2-2 at home with Roma, and drew 1-1 at home with Fulham. I feel like every time they
They also put Man City out the League Cup, so they had 2 scalps at Man City, didn't they?
Aye, fair enough. No, but
in fact, Ange probably could be chiefly credited with kind of pulling the rug out from under Pep Guardiola's feet. He was at the start of this bad run of form for Pep, and he doubled down on that with that win at the Etihad. So, look, make no mistake about it. Ange Postecoglou as well will be looking forward to this and the chance to come back to Scotland. And he left and he said, "Look, I wanted to go and try the English Premier League. I wanted to show that my ideas can be you know, put down in Scotland just the same as they can be put down in England. It doesn't matter about the standard of the league. What matters is the standard of the players within the system." He said it all. He said it all at the time. This is what he wanted to do. Now he gets a chance to come back to Glasgow, the home of his former rivals, and say, "Look, guys, remember what I said about how my system works and how it'll work even better when I put better players in it? Have a look at this."
Mm-hmm. And see Aston Villa, Mick. I mean, I know Celtic got them not until I think it's 29th of January.
End of January, yeah.
I didn't quite realise that they're now 9 games without any victory. Last time they won was against Bologna, 2-0 in the Champions League. I mean, Unai Emery, I think, has done an amazing job there, but nothing to fear for Celtic, really.
Listen, I'm not interested in this overhyped, overpaid Farmers League down there. Honestly, I'm not interested in this lot down there. I'd love nothing more for the Scottish teams to give them a doing.
Chances of that happening, Michael?
That's the problem. I mean, they get on reserve right backs on 100 grand a week. You know, guys can't take a throw in. Honestly, no. Listen, Villa. It's a strange one. It's a great start to the season. Villa, didn't they? They were brilliant. Listen, they drew by Juventus last week, so they're not bad.
Great result against Bayern Munich.
A great result against Bayern Munich. I watched them against Bruges, and they were not particularly clever against Bruges. That's for sure. Albeit the goal was a bit of a freak, but yeah. But, I mean, Spurs is another one. I mean, a bit flaky, but on their day, these teams are really dangerous. I mean, They're big, they're quick, they're strong, they've got quality. But that's what they get when you've got guys on 300 grand a week up front for them and all that stuff. They're going to have that. But I certainly don't think they're anything to fear for Celtic and Rangers. I mean, even Man City, this season have off a cliff, haven't they? Having been kind of untouchable for so long. They've just completely collapsed, which is quite amusing to watch, I must admit.
Oh, very
from afar. Obviously Liverpool stealing a match on them. But yeah, these are games that we should look forward to. Listen, the odds of, I say it before, I'll say it again, right? You look at the budgets that Celtic Rangers have are top end of Championship in England. And that's where they are in terms of their wage bills, top end of the Championship. You wouldn't be expecting Burnley to go to Champions League and not get horsed. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we demand our teams in Europe not to get horsed. They do get horsed, we let them, right? That's the way it goes. And they accept it, and I think they know it comes with territory, but that's the reality. We're asking our Burnley to go and compete against our Barcelona. And sometimes our teams can do it. Rangers have no right to go and beat Nice 4-1 in France. No. Regardless what team they put out. Right? Celtic have no right to beat RB Leipzig any given day either. So listen, our teams do all right sometimes. We kind of batter them and they don't do all right. But sometimes they do okay. And English teams, you've got to laugh. Listen, we all love Davy Moyes, right? Throwing petals at him for winning the Europa Conference. My God, they should have won the conference.
Yeah.
English teams to win that every single year. It's an absolute shoe-in for them. And the money they get, it's a Cinderella story. Oh, yeah, West Ham, £300 million a year wage bill. What a Cinderella story that is.
Against all the odds.
Vegetable and crystal shoes. My God. I can't believe this nonsense. So, we're up against these teams.
Mark Fairfield agrees. Great point, Michael. There you go.
Yeah, and I'll follow that in, Mark. I think it was a great point, and you know why? Because I've just written something down my notepad, which absolutely backs Mick Gannon's point up here. Rangers can look at Manchester United right now. Who's Manchester United's star man at the minute? Amad Diallo. Couldn't get a game at 5-a-side when he was at Auchenhout. He was absolute murder. And I know he cost a lot of money, but that didn't look like money particularly well spent. Look, I know that he's obviously coming on to a game. He's getting a little bit older. But there'll be guys on the training ground at Rangers that played against him and had him in their back pocket at training every weekend or every day through the week. Because he clearly wasn't doing much in the training ground because he hardly ever got into the starting 11 at the weekend.